Hi, beautiful souls. I've been prompted to tell you about an ebook that I have written, or have actually been writing off and on for many years. And one day I'll get it formatted and one day I'll get it out there. But when I was in meditation, the preface of this came to mind. And I know that I need to do a video going through this original preface. And it's really it's a summary of what we're doing here, essentially. It could be specifically for people new to the journey, but also it could be of benefit to somebody who's been on the journey, the inward path, for a while, to sort of summarize and hone in on what we're doing here. So let me just open up this Word document and I'll read it as bit by bit and explain it as it is. So the bottom line is the name of the book, and it is an introduction to the spiritual journey. So it's all the things that I've understood are necessary to living life consciously. There are chapters on mirroring, on the emotional body, the inner child, things like that. So it's really, it is an introduction to all the various things that add up to the full picture of what we're doing in this existence on this planet. So here we go. I'm not sure if the light language will come through. We will see if it does. Oh, actually, yes. Ejutia kotatia tati kumba ati siakata. Izukia tamba ati ket suseana. Ezukia tama akuchaka di debiatarki kenze embetina. Izia stu si e kokana. Akia jet sa sikendea jet siku etiana. Ezabiatakama akuka ashietse. Izezi omba tokoyacha. Ezushiandama ite kianda akukaya. So essentially, number one, we are spiritual beings on a journey of exploration. This seems such a simple sentence, but if you're moving through life without realizing that, then there's a big part of the puzzle missing. So that's the essential first step. We are on a journey of exploration. We are a fractal of the creator, of source, making known the unknown. What is it to exist? Number two, we have lived and will live many lives and explore many realities and forms of existence. And one of those forms is as a human. So again, this is such a simple sentence, but it really throws your entire existence into a different perspective, into a different light. That we are not really human. Humanity is one form of expression, and we have been many different beings and will continue to be many different beings. And in a way, as we understand that time is all, everything is now, everything is happening now, then we are already those aspects that are expressing as we may be a rock in one reality, we may be a fairy in another reality, we may be an essence of a flower in another reality. Estuietaya, ki katia stia se umbea tia ka ochet ze embeataka. Ezuki koka chet zena, ezi koka etiambo oto stezi ikano oteaba, iziatakama okaya chet ze enzia kuyana, eziatukushe shishasha. Ezukeamba ati seo okumbo otena. Iziaka okaya chetsize embiatrakika. So the next one, our directive or role in each of these realities, including human, is to live each experience to the full. There is much more to being human than most of us can imagine. It involves experiencing all this world has to offer and in doing so, opening to the possibility and reality of an advancing, evolving consciousness. So we're not just here to live, grow up, get married, get a mortgage, and then die. Although that is integral to this experience, it's an important aspect of this experience. But if that is all that it is, then again, you're missing a big piece of the puzzle. It is here to grow and evolve through the experience of being a human. Ustea si ekianda. Izia tukoya toshte si ekamba atieshiana. Izibiata, okete dirikinge ze etushta. Iziabako toshte ikinakata tabakoteana. Iziataka, ikinde etucha. Asia teambakati atea tukushtezi a kukayacha. Ezianda bakike. Our current manifestation is a tricky one, as being human involves the radical step of exploring an existence, of forgetting our true origins, along with our connection to Source or the Creator. It also involves us forgetting that this journey and its format is completely of our own design. This means also that as we are living in a world of polarity, we need to embrace the entire spectrum of that polarity, find peace with it, and not be wedded to either end of the spectrum in order to once again find wholeness. Now, I understand that we are all now becoming aware of the level of control that has happened around this planet for hundreds, if not thousands of years. But that too, in reality, is a creation, an experience that we decided to understand what it was to be disconnected from that divine aspect. This is an incredibly brave step that we've taken. This is the ultimate journey. It's so profound. It's so hard to have the words for it. So yes, this level of control, this hijacking has happened, but wow, what an experience. And on some level, we have to see it that way, as an incredible, amazing, intense experience. In having that perspective, again, it's something that I just know deep within me, that we are not victims here. None of us are victims in this experience. Ishukia tiambatik se tushtena. Ize kukatia chotse zi ingeandati kama. Ezutea shishe sukeamba atie chekanda. And I know this would be controversial, that some people are angry about what has happened, and some people are horrified with what has happened. And yes, incredibly valid reactions, incredibly valid perspectives of what's been going on. But we have to move out and see the journey for what it is, one of seeing the depths and the breadth of existence within a polarity, within a system of polarity. And if you ever want to move out of this stuckness that we're in, this trap that we're in, we are going to have to lift up out of that. We have to find places within our mind, within our heart and being, that is aware, is somewhat detached and interested about this incredibly intense experience. And our hearts go out to you for the depth of the intensity of this experience. And you are the strongest, the bravest of us all to have taken this step. Estukea tsakumbo utejia te goyata kamba atiesteana. Izitia zuke e kikonga atostezi akoteanaka. Ezute esukea bo otostea eziangukati ambakatio chetsana. Iziokuyatia ba ate kiondaniaka ezukayataka kikomba. And this dark period, this intense experience is definitely coming to a close. And wow, what an incredible, incredible experience it's been. Ejute kianga kumatia shesizeza. Ikindia kukatia bo ote kiganda. Ezutea shisheza akamba akie ezutaya. So the next point, being human has involved getting lost in the physicality of the experience, the emotions generated by the chemicals of the body, getting lost in the external environment we have created, all the while forgetting that we are in truth a traveler, to borrow a term from Star Trek Next Generation, a being who has and is experiencing a myriad of incarnations and forms in its journey through existence. So, kukea chetsize ukia tukunda kikanda, ezutea shia suku tia takama akiaka. So, in a way, what is the definition of this moment that we have all been experiencing for however long? It is that we have been lost. So that is what the flavor or the focus of this aspect of this journey, what it is to be lost so that we can be found, so that we have that contrast of lost and found. I assure you that the way out of this is to be able to encompass the lost and the found, the good and the bad, to have a soul big enough, a mind big enough, a heart big enough to embrace it all and transmute it all through love. Ejutia bakati ke tushdeanaka, ezukebi etekoka. And for some reason, this is bringing up, and again, this is unexpected again. Why does this bring up tears in me? Because I think it's tears of truth and tears of ferventness, urging you and wishing you to be able to step into this perspective. Ejukatia mbukatia jatsukumbotana, iziataka kikadianda kukechitseza, izitiamba akikina atuteshia shoseanda, ingiata. Ezute shashiatsakumbu utea sheshisa siata. I dakamaka, I demiata kuketa, ujeatama atiekiko. Ezutaya sheshishezi embeatikomoya, enga makike ejuatikoma. Okay. Steps to living as an evolving human. Observe what is in your reality from the perspective of a scientist or an interested onlooker. This is about moving out of victimization. This is about moving out of why did that happen and it's not fair, etc. And again, I say that whatever the steps are that you're going through, whatever the phase of the step of that progress that you are in, it is absolutely perfect. And to inhabit that step, to inhabit that phase, to understand it and feel it, be interested in it, love it, whether it is anger, whether it is victimization, but have an idea or an intent to move through it, to become the watcher of it. Ejuatea makote shitaka tatikunge tiamanda. Izia tustezi ikinda kukaya. Izukeata. Isokutia potokina, isutena, akiate makaka diate chutsana. Gosh, I haven't cried in a video since the one that I did on my spiritual journey. So do I stop the video and do I find place of not crying and then do it again, or do I just continue? I have to trust that this is that this is needed, and I'm not sure why that you need to see the emotion of this, but I shall continue. Know thyself, that is, observe how and contemplate why you are the way you are and react the way that you do. Particularly look at your childhood programming, the beliefs and perspectives you live by, but never on one level actually chose. So this, I'm saying that part of the transmutational, the evolutionary process is to come in through certain parents with certain DNA traits and certain perspectives, so that we can draw to us certain experiences that trigger us to understand who we are, what is the energy frequency makeup of our energy being. So when we don't actually choose it, I'm saying it comes upon us at a point where we are very young and unaware of all of this. So this means that we have to go back and do that analysis of our life, look at how our life has unfolded and understand the origins of those beliefs and concepts. Become aware of your environment and the people that populate that environment. So everything in your life is showing you. Whatever you're involved in, whatever you're interacting with, whether that's good or bad or right or wrong, it's a mirror to some degree of what's going on inside of you. And it's showing you. So become aware, why is that person in your life? If you want to know what it is that is unfinished or that is unresolved or unhealed, just look at what's in your life and who is in your life. Accept that being here was your choice, as are the circumstances of the life you lead. These are the lessons you have chosen to deal with this life. As best you can, find the space within yourself to accept and let go of any resistance to what is. What you resist persists, and what you face and feel will heal. Ejuataki ambatu kaichet size etiambaka. India tukeshe shushezi etikumbu uteana. Izeti shesa akamba atie ze etushe si akumba tiana. Akudaya asie etuye amba aki etushta shiat sakama. Ize tushta akumbu utea shiat si embe tikenia. Ezotea shashiatsa mbike. Understand that you are continually creating the circumstances of your life with your thoughts and attitudes and emotional responses. That is the energy that you are emitting at the core of those emotional responses, the energy that is at the core of those thoughts and attitudes is determining which wave of potential forms into which particle of reality. Isiatakamu oteshtayaza, ikatieshu shesi ze embi tanakia, izoteshi shezu utayana, izikimbika kukaya chetsi ze ikiana, asia tokuyeta mo oketia tia tia kamba atia kikokaya, ezoteshi sheja, iziamba akukaya tia tia kumba otejija shotayana, Embiatakama, okeakama, kuka achiatsis ze ekiana. So I'm being shown somebody, a being, which is a representative of you and me and every other person on this journey, as being huge, as being a massive being, and that everything that we are experiencing on this planet, I'm seeing the planet in each of our hearts, and that we are big enough to encompass all aspects of what is happening on this planet. We are immense enough to be able to process and heal and embrace in our being, to not think of us as just this person that's X amount of centimeters high or wide, and that this is the body that we are immense, we are huge in stature and frequency, that we can encompass and hold and transmute all energy, all ends, all aspects of that spectrum that we are in. Be okay with who you are and how you deal or not deal, as the case may be, with who you are. Accept yourself, both the good and the bad aspects. So again, self-love is important, self-compassion is important, because that is not taught on this planet, really, as much as it obviously should be. So when we are on this journey, progressing through this evolutionary path, one of the things we have to do is to love who we are exactly as we are. And that's the transmutation into something grander and greater. That if we get stuck on we are this end of the spectrum or that end of the spectrum, it's going to sort of be a trip up in moving to where we truly are beyond this experience. Choose and decide to be different, even if you're not sure how to be different. Sincerity and your true intent count for a lot. So what is it? In loving yourself, you're allowing yourself to be different. But if you wanted to be more loving, if you wanted to be more compassionate, and you're not sure how to find that, how to be more of either of those things or anything else you're wishing to manifest as or exhibit or live as, ask and say, I'm not sure how to do it. I want to know something different. I want to be this aspect. I want to feel that. I want to have the wisdom of this. If you don't know how to do it, ask. And that is, make that your intent. And that is incredibly profound in and of itself. So look beyond the physical to find your connection to source. So we are more than these bodies. This is a coat that we're wearing. This is a suit that we're wearing in order to live and experience all of these aspects of this plane of existence. So ask, who am I beyond this physical body? And finally, after a period of exploration and analysis, whereby you have an understanding of what makes you tick and what comprises your physical and emotional aspect, go beyond it at times into the spiritual component of the human experience, into the now, the presence, the no mind, the I am, the creator. This will assist reality to start being formed from the level of spirit and not from the reactionary human state. This will also lead you onto the path of discovering who you truly are, a fractal of creator. So in essence, that last one is saying, yes, we're human. Yes, we're here having a human experience. And It's not to deny the emotions, it's not to deny the experience, but to move through them, understanding the reason why we're having them. What is it that we can learn? And when you can encompass all forms of the polarity, be at peace and find an acceptance or an ability, again, it's an embracing of this reality, to come back to the center of non-polarity, non-duality, into wholeness. To become all things is to become all things, including both sides of the polarity, and to love them through the truth of how they are in your life, to bring back that wholeness. Ikidia tokoya chotsa si kembe itikana. Ezuteya shishe sa okoyena. Ekiambaka ezutaya. So that's the preface to my book. And again, it is my experience of my journey through life. It's what I've observed, it's my understandings. And it may not apply to everybody, but I offer it as what I see to be a key, the key to moving through this experience onto something greater. And in a way, not greater, just something different, something that we have not experienced before. Ezute shishe saapa akitania. Ezi kikenda asia bokoye takamakaka. Ezute je jujajia eziama. So I've tried to use English words to explain all of these things and what is going on through my mind at the moment. But I think the light language probably explains it better. So sit and listen and breathe and feel the language, the frequency behind it as you are listening and feeling and breathing will be incorporated into your energy system. It will supplement the energy, your energy signature, so that the energy you begin to emit will be different, will be evolved and include the energy of the words, the intent behind the words. And thus your world will begin to reflect that addition, that change within your energy signature. Many blessings to you. If you have any questions, I'm open to answering and discussing all of this with you. Much love.